Greetings, this is Charles McCall with Mentoring and Growing Leaders, and we're continuing on with our short series on the 5 levels of leadership. And if you've popped in, this is lesson number 3. It's really important you go back with lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. Don't just listen to this one. You need to start with the first lesson to get the big picture. So I'm talking about 5 levels of leadership. The first level is, we can call it the entry level leadership. The next level of leader is the group or team leader. The next level is the manager. The next level is the effective leader. And the next level is the executive leader. The entry level leader is a helper, really does not carry any leadership responsibility, but just learning the ropes. He or she is there for personal satisfaction, doesn't understand the vision or the goals of the project that he or she is working on. The second level is the group leader. So the group leader understands the mission, the goals, and the strategy of his team, of his group. And he understands that, and he has certain skills that he or she's developed. The next level, which we'll be talking about now, is the manager level. So the manager oversees multiple groups. Group leader oversees one group. Manager oversees multiple groups or multiple departments. And he needs all the skills of the previous levels as well as some new skills. And the next level is the effective leader. The effective leader oversees everything. He's the director, he or she is the director and oversees the whole thing, whether it's an organization or school or whatever it is. And so he or she has the vision not only for the group, not only for the department, he or she has the vision for the whole entity. He or she knows where we're going. He knows what the goals are for the next few years. He knows the strategy. Okay, so as you go up in leadership to a new level of leadership, your vision and your understanding of what's going on grows to a larger degree. And also you have to have greater skills. And to grow from a group leader to a manager requires new skills. To grow from a manager to a whole senior director, a leader, overseer of the whole thing, you need even more skills. And to go to the 5th level, which is the executive leader, you need even greater skills. The executive leader may oversee the entire entity as well, but the executive leader is not just thinking for this year or the next 2 or 3 years. The executive leader is thinking generationally. What's going to happen to this entity after I'm gone? What do we do to prepare the next generation to carry on into the future? So those are the 5 levels that we're working through. So I recommend that you follow through with them. And so we're at the manager level. Here's the other thing, again, I want to emphasize. If you're at the entry level and you know what skills and what perspective is necessary for the group level, it's easier for you to move up. Many of us, we don't have a clue. What do I have to do to become a manager? What do I have to do to become an executive leader or a senior leader or the director of this thing? We don't know. And so you ask, you observe, and you ask. The person who has the level above you, you observe them and you ask them, what skills would I need to do what you're doing? What kind of perspective and understanding? And those of us who are at the higher level, it's essential for us not to keep it to ourselves. I experience this so much, is that higher level leaders, they just keep the skills that are necessary. They keep the perspective that is necessary to themselves. They do not freely share it with others. Now, there's a saying here in Cambodia that if I'm a master chef and I'm training other chefs, and if I have 10 knockout recipes, I'm going to only teach you 8 or 9 of them. Because I need to keep a couple of them so I'm always better than you. So I'm always higher than you. Look, as leaders, we don't want to do that. We hope the characteristics of a real leader is that your followers, your disciples, your employees will do better than you. The young men and women that I've trained over the years, they can do better than me. They don't need me anymore. I've achieved success and I can move on to something else. And so if we know what is necessary, the skills necessary, the education, the perspective, understanding that is necessary for the next level, it's easier for us to prepare. And so those that are above should be freely sharing with those below. Those below should be asking. should be observing, and should be asking. And so we're looking at a group leader. And so again, I hope that your church, your business, your school, your organization, your government institution, I hope that you're divided into groups. We call them teams nowadays. We used to call them groups, but nowadays they're called teams. And so you would have a welcome team, you would have a finance team, you would have a reporting team, you would have whatever different teams. I hope that you're broken down into teams, and I hope that you have a team leader and at least one assistant for that team in order to be successful. I hope that you've created your entity in that way. Now I have more videos on that very subject of creating a leadership pipeline. It's essential. And so the manager, let me go on to my next slide, sorry about that. And so the manager is the level, and the abilities is that he organizes human and material resources. So the group leader oversees his group. The manager oversees several groups or several departments, and his or her primary responsibility and role is to organize people and organize stuff. Not to do it himself, but to train others and work through others to do that. But he or she is responsible that the people are doing what they need to be doing, and the stuff is coming and going the way it should be coming and going. And so what kind of skills would this person need? It's going to need management skills on how to manage multiple projects at one time. You're going to need organizational skills, how to create an organization, how to work through an organizational structure, how to work together as a team. So you've got teams now. You oversee, as a manager, you oversee multiple teams. You have to know how to work together with those teams and teach them how to work together. You need communication skills, verbal communication skills, written communication skills for memos. You need to know how to use the computer and email and social messaging that we use so much nowadays. Even videos like this are used, short videos that you can send by your phone, or you can put up onto your corporate website or your corporate inner information system. And so you need people skills. And so these are some of the skills that a manager needs. Now, if a team leader who aspires to eventually become a manager, if he knows what I've just told you, then he can start asking his supervisors, how do you do this? And he can start taking classes, he can start studying and developing those skills and abilities to rise to that next level, because he knows what is necessary. Now, if we go back to the entry-level leader, or we call the capable person in my previous videos, and that person has a vision for him or herself. They join the team because they enjoy doing it. It's a great place to volunteer, it's a great place to work, and it gives personal satisfaction to them. So that's the limit of their vision and understanding, their focus. But for the team leader understands the priorities, the goals, and the strategies for his team. Now, he or she may not understand the vision, goals, and strategies for the entire department, but should understand it for his team. And so the vision, understanding, perspective, focus increases. For the manager, he understands the vision, the goals, the strategies, the focus for his or her whole department, for the whole section that he or she is overseeing. And so focus grows as leadership goes up the level. And so he knows his role and how his department and the other departments relate together. And so the manager understands the 9 steps that are necessary to complete any project. So that's another lesson I have, another video I have on my Mentoring Growing Leaders YouTube. It's essential for you, as the manager, absolutely essential for you to understand the 9 steps. The 9 steps are the 9 processes necessary to bring anything to success. So he or she understands that. They have people skills. They work by goals and priorities. They don't work haphazardly, that there are annual goals, there are 3-year goals, possibly 5-year goals, there are quarterly goals, and there are priorities. So he or she is able to choose what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Knows how to write job descriptions, knows how to hold workers accountable, probably knows how to interview a bit, definitely knows how to oversee, knows how to make adjustments, but he lacks the He lacks the vision for the entire organization, and that's what we're going to get to in the next level. Okay, and so for this person, and I'm leading you into the next level of leadership, which is the effective leader. And so for the manager to become an effective leader, he or she must learn how to think into the future, the next step for the organization, not just his department. Don't think only departmentally, think the whole organization. Make time to plan and think. It's essential. At this level, it is absolutely essential. The managerial level, the effective leadership level, it is essential to make time to think and to plan and to create strategies for the future. Don't just work. That's wrong. You've got to make time. Put it into your daily activity. Pays attention to trends, new ways in society, and how can we be successful in this new season. Reads the news, pays attention to what's going on in the community and is the culture changing. He learns from his leader, has a better public communication. Communication is everything. And so he gains greater skills to rise to the next level, to be a better communicator in every aspect of communication, and also is learning how to raise funds for the organization. Whether it's an organization that relies upon the generous support of donors, or whether it's a business, knows how to get the money, knows how to lead the people and get to money. That's to move. That's for the manager to move to the next level. Okay, and so we'll talk about that further in the next level, which is the effective leader. And so if you like this video, again, there is so much that can be said. I'm just giving you an introduction, giving you a perspective that there are 5 levels of leadership. It's essential to know what level you're at and to what level your comrades and your fellow workers and your employees and volunteers are at, so you can all rise to the next level. That is the goal. Rise to the next level of leadership to have more success in your church, your school, your business, your organization, or your government entity. And so if you like this video, please click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Click the bell button so you know when I upload a next video. My email address is growingleaders75@gmail.com. That will be in the text associated with this video. If you want the PowerPoint that I'm looking at right now that has all of my personal notes in it, I'd be happy to send that to you free of charge. Thank you so much, and great success in your leadership journey.